Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers as people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And Levon Maynard.
Hey, welcome to the show.
What is going on? Welcome to another weekly rundown. Definitely tune in for the rest of the show this week. Monday, we talked about the Five Eyes, the other intelligence organizations around the world, all coming together to identify new threats that are emerging. Tuesday, we talked about on Tuesday. The FBI warning of the pharma industry being targeted by ransomware gangs. Wednesday's discussion revolved around one of the most prolific ransomware gangs and how structured they were. So they have like an HR department, they have R&D department, and some employees didn't even know they were working for a ransomware gang. That's how good they were. So we discussed that. It's definitely a good one. Tune into that one. No Ask Us SP this week. I'm trying to work on some for the future. So if you're a person who's trying to break into the industry or wants to talk about cybersecurity or just your journey, please hit me up on any of my socials. And then today, everything else. So with that being said, how was your guys' week?
Mine was pretty good. Had did some business travel for the job. So I didn't get much gaming in this time, but I got like a whole bunch of movies and a couple shows that I had a chance to watch during the time off or during the week here before the most recent podcast. But so I'm gonna go through a little bit of a list, and you guys stop me whenever you feel you hear something that sounds interesting. I'll tell you a little bit about I just saw the Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is like the most recent Ghostbusters from like last year, which I enjoyed. It was a pretty good movie.
It was good, right?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like, seems pretty, it's a pretty, maybe it's kind of predictable as far as like how the, some of the ending components, except for what they did with the last remaining Ghostbuster that kind of made an appearance somewhere. But I thought that was good. I had a chance to watch Sing 2, which is like the animated joint with all the animals singing and stuff like that. I thought it was good. It was entertaining. They have some, good songs on there. I saw The Last Night in Soho, which is it's a combination. Maybe it's like a thriller / horror movie. And this one is based off of essentially like this girl. She gets acceptance letter to a fashion design school, and some reason she has like a connection with somebody in the past. Another female from the 60s who was trying to get her start in like the entertainment industry. She's trying to be a singer and all this kind of stuff. And not to reveal too much, but the singer ends up getting taken advantage of by some men, and they start doing things where they're like, well, you want to make it big in the entertainment industry, you're gonna have to do some stuff for us. And but then it starts getting dark. And it gets very like, or more dark than that, I guess, but it gets more like horror. And she starts seeing these images and it starts affecting her real life. And then some people from that time frame that she's seeing are still around in the future. And she starts questioning them about like, why did this happen? Or what's going on here? And she tries to like kind of solve the mystery a little bit. Okay. And while also being kind of attacked or like I don't know,
like haunted or whatever.
Haunted, yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. It sounds kind of like Shutter. I don't know if you've seen the movie called Shutter.
I'm not sure if I've seen Shutter.
Yeah, it revolved around a photographer. Same thing, Asian culture. But you're like trying to figure out why he's haunted, and then as it tells the story, you figure out like some of the people you thought were good people were bad people.
Yeah.
That's why they're being haunted. But
it's it sounds similar, but maybe a little bit different. But yeah, go ahead, Shannon.
Is that the one that has the Queen's Gambit girl in it? Anna Taylor-Joy? She's from Queen's Gambit on Netflix. I think I remember the previews.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I'm surprised you didn't see this one because it seemed very weird. Like it was kind of like going back and forth between reality stuff.
It's probably not on streaming on something I watch yet, but I will.
Okay.
I will. But no,
So
I haven't even heard of it before. But yeah, it sounds interesting. Sounds like it's up my alley.
I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. And it's Thomasin McKenzie.
Oh no,
she's like the main chick in it. I've seen her in some other stuff too, but
it doesn't have the Queen's Gambit girl in there, Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah, she's in it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
she's a different character. I apologize. Yeah. She's the one that I think she sees a vision of. She's like the actress in the past. Yeah. Or the singer in the past. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty interesting. It's something different. It has a twist at the end too. So if you do watch it, be prepared for that. But so I watched that one. I watched The Night House, which I think is on HBO Max. But I watched it on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard of that one. The Night House. Was that good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a little different. That one is more about a woman whose husband was killed. This one also has a twist at the end too. All these movies have twists, but this one has a woman whose husband killed himself inside the house, and she's starting to get haunted by. It seems to be her husband running around the house like doing stuff, and then she's like talking to her friends and like trying to figure out like what situation happened, why did her husband like killed himself and all this kind of stuff. It seemed like they had a happy relationship, and then it kind of goes into the other stuff. It's another horror flick. But it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure how well received it was by the public, but
it was one of those that dropped at the same time. I think it was in theaters too, a limited release or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was here at this theater, and I was like, I'll just watch the streaming, and I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah,
but I might check it out. I've been looking for something spooky. I haven't watched anything scary in a long time.
Yeah, that's the same way. Because I actually went in the when I was on the airplane, I was trying to find spooky stuff too. I was like, let me find some spooky stuff on here. Let's see. But this one, it got some pretty good reviews. It's got an 87 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then like a 68 on Metacritic. So I guess that's kind of average. But it was all right. It was a pretty good one. And then actually, while I was on travel, I watched a movie called Spiral. You guys might have seen or heard about it, with the one with Chris Rock. It's Chris Rock in the Saw.
Yeah.
It came out like a while ago, like a while back.
It bombed in theaters. Was it good though?
Probably did. I enjoyed it. It's fun to watch.
I mean, did. It's not good.
I picked up on that too. I picked up on that too. His true feelings came out there.
Right.
Probably did. Yeah.
I probably did. Yeah. No, I meant to say I did.
Because I was pumped because it's Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson, right?
Yeah.
In the Saw franchise. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then the reviews came out. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I meant to say I kind of did. It's like actually like a it's just like a Saw movie. I mean, if you've seen any of the other Saw movies, I think it's on par with the Saw movies as far as like same kind of concept. People getting caught up in some sort of like hemmed up in some sort of like device that they got to try to figure out how to escape. Right. If you want to live, you got to take off your, you have to cut off your arm. Or if you want, if you want to get out of the situation, you got to like, I don't know, shave your nose off or something like that. But some craziness.
It'd be the most horrific stuff.
But like Chris Rock is not like it.
I gotta be honest though, the first Saw was really good, man. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
And then I think I've only seen the first three, right?
Yeah, me too.
The third one, I don't even think I watched all the way through.
Was that the one where you had to jump into the pit of needles? I think that was the third
second one. That was the second one.
The second one? Okay, so I've only seen the first two.
Yeah, the third one.
Man.
Jigsaw's laid up in the bed.
Right. They started to explain who he is, right? And all that stuff.
Yeah, his cancer, I think, he was near the end, I think, in the third one. I think.
Gotcha.
But again, I didn't even watch it all the way through. But the first one, I was like, oh, that's really good, right? Like, I mean, no spoilers or anything, but like right from the jump, like dude was doomed. Like right from the jump. Like there was all right, you got to do whatever, right? Because you already pulled the plug. So it's like, it's done for you. But but like the second one was like, oh, I don't know about that. And the third one, I was like, okay, I just didn't even pay it that much attention. But they got like Spiral is like the seventh one in the series or something like that, right?
I think it might have been the eighth one.
Eight, you might be right.
It's like the Fast and Furious.
Because like there was a stretch where every Halloween a new one came out.
Right.
Like every year on Halloween it was another one. I was like, wow, or every other year maybe. But it would be
they just ruin good concepts. I mean, it's money, right? So like Saw, they ruin the Purge. Like they still making those. I'm like, man, just chill out. Like stop messing up these franchises.
Yeah, they got Saw 1 through 6, and then they got Saw 3D, then they got Jigsaw, and then they got Spiral.
That's 9.
Yeah. Right. Yep. That's the 9th one. Spiral's the ninth of the collection.
So is it worth my time?
I think it's, I mean, if you like seeing people get in some crazy situations and some sort of like kind of like twist ending, I guess, or like you got to try to figure out who's doing it. I think it's worth a free, like, I watch it free, you know. I'm not gonna like pay money to watch it, but
you kill time on that plane ride.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's no big deal to me. It was entertaining, you know, something to watch, but it's not like you obviously you're not gonna go home like telling everybody like, oh man, you gotta see this. Come on, don't waste don't waste time not watching it. But
yeah, but who wants to watch? I mean, Chris Rock is just always comedy to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see him be like, "Do I gotta take my face off? Do I gotta take my face off?" You know what I mean? Like, who wants to see that? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I'm not like a huge like. I'll say I'm not a huge Chris Rock fan, generally speaking. But I mean, he does all right. But I definitely agree with what you're saying though, Shannon, because he's not like, especially when he does serious roles, he can be kind of like cartoony, I think, or he's like not believable because he's a detective in this one, and he's not really like, you know, he doesn't come off as a good detective to me. He's more like a, you know, like a comedian. Like he's so skinny and everything. He's not like, you know, he holds a gun and the gun's like bigger than him. Like, I don't know.
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, I think it was fun to watch because I've actually seen a Saw movie in a long time. So when I grabbed this one, I was like, oh, let me check this out. You know, let me see a little bit of the Saw action that I used to like back in the heyday. And you know, I got to see some of the.
Now you know why you stopped watching them.
Right. I think I've seen them all, but I can't remember if I saw any like the 3D one or whatever. But
I didn't even know there was a Saw 3D. Like when you said that one, I was like, that doesn't even sound familiar. Like
that was in 2010
where everything was 3D.
Yeah. That was back in 2010 when that one came out. So it was like 12 years ago. And then Jigsaw came out in 2017, and then the one I saw, Spiral, was 2021. So they've been big gaps between since then. Like you mentioned before, they used to come out like every year, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then they had a big gap, 7 years until Jigsaw, and then 4 years until Spiral. But I'll move on from that real quick, since we kind of beat that one to death. But I saw Wind River, which is on I think this was on Netflix. But this one actually is pretty good too. This one's it has the guy Hawkeye from he stars in it.
Jeremy Renner.
Is that his name? Yeah, Jeremy Renner. He's in this one. This is set in Wyoming, and it's pretty much like a snow covered like area, part of the state, and pretty much this native woman goes missing, and he's the one that kind of finds her dead in like the wilderness or whatever, and he has to kind of solve the mystery as far as how she got killed and why she got killed. And he plays a role as a like a predator hunter. Like I guess he goes around like killing like wolves and mountain lions, stuff like that like kill like livestock or kill like people you know, around the state, around the city or whatever they live in, the village. And so he actually works with like a detective, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with this murder. Because actually, a person
they thought it might be like a wild animal at first or something.
Not necessarily, but he was doing some wild animal hunting. He found her, and then he actually has a relationship with her as well. Like I think it's his I want to say like his stepbrother's daughter, something like that. that got killed. And this one has a pretty good twist too, but it's pretty much like, he's going to try to find out who this person is that killed a woman, why she got killed, and then I think it's like at the beginning it's kind of slow, but then when it gets towards the end, like it actually starts picking up. Yeah, I can't I'm trying to talk about it without revealing too much.
Right.
But
it reminds me of a different one, like the dude. Oh man, what's the guy's name who played the Watcher in the animated What If? What's the actor's name? He has that very distinctive voice.
You're talking about he was in the Batman too. He was Gordon.
Yeah, he was Gordon in Batman. He's in everything, but I can't remember his name. But he has a similar movie.
Wright.
Jeffrey Wright has a similar movie. He's in Alaska, I want to say. He's hunting but he's not a detective or something like that. It was same kind of concept though. And like it starts off real slow paced, and you start to figure out like why this lady was killed, but she wasn't native. She was a white lady. But she lived in like a native town, and the natives wouldn't talk about it.
I think I saw that movie. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like
because now that I see his face, I'm like, I do remember a movie like that starring him.
Yeah, it seems kind of similar. So I like the Jeffrey Wright one, so I might like this one too. It's good to see him playing something that's not MCU. You know what I mean? Like going back to the regular movies, non-superhero movies. So I might check it out.
Yeah, I thought it's pretty good. It's like again, it's not like, not gonna like give it like some Academy Award winning performance or anything, but it was pretty entertaining. I like some kind of stuff that happened towards the end of it. I started kind of picking up. At the beginning, it's kind of slow. They're talking about like, the relationship with the girl and the family, and then they're trying to like, make the family feel better and all this kind of stuff. It kind of starts off a little slow. So I know Shannon probably just falls asleep in the beginning, but towards the end there, it starts picking up. But people start pulling out some guns. People like, people get sniped in their head from like, across the like 1,000 yards away, or whatever. But it's I thought it was pretty good towards the end there. And then
so let me ask you. So like you said, it starts off slow. Like how long are we talking? Because like I'm to the point now where like these movies that get like 30 minutes in and you haven't got me yet. Like I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna tell me, oh, it's like an hour and then it's good for like 15 minutes, I'm gonna be like, nah. I'll catch the end on YouTube or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I give it. I can't really remember offhand. Like, but
not a good sign, Levon. Not a good sign.
I can't. Yeah, I didn't like document like exactly what time it started. But it started off slow, but then it picked up towards the end. But it's it's probably not. I'm not going to recommend it to you, Shannon, because you don't like anything that's slow, anything that has a story. Except for if it's what's his name? Dang it, I can't think of it now. The Reacher, yeah, that's.
but that's still like a detective type thing.
Yeah, this is the same thing too. They're doing detective work and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And
I'm good with detective work. I'm good with detective. I really am. Like I'm good with that. Like if it's just slow, if it's just now I got to take introspection of my life and see how this could have been me or this used to be me, and I'm like, nah, man, get out of
here. Yeah. They titled the genre. They describe it as crime, drama, mystery, thriller, Western. Because I guess it's in the West, but not really Western like horseback and everything, but because they're riding a lot of snowmobiles trying to get across the snow-covered area. But it's definitely like a crime, drama, mystery, thriller. I think that's pretty accurate. But besides that, I watched some anime, watched Domino Masters, and rewatched The Last Dragon just today with the wife. Because she had never seen it.
She'd never seen Last Dragon?
Yeah, she never saw The Last Dragon. Yeah. Until today. Yeah.
Oh, it still holds up.
Yeah.
The special effects are crazy, but like when he's punching, when the flashes are coming off his hand.
Right.
That didn't hold up well.
It's like you say it still holds up. Like I watched it maybe about 18 months ago or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is terrible. But I was like, I would watch this as many times as it comes
right. Right. So maybe it's not that. Maybe it's the nostalgia. Like, yeah, my kids, because I'd show my kids like the last fight where it's Bruce Leroy versus Sho'nuff, and the I forget what the dude's role was, but it's the bald guy with the gun. He's holding the girlfriend hostage.
Yeah. He was a producer.
Oh, he was a producer, right? And my kids are just baffled, like, why? Like, I don't really understand, like, why is this guy like dragging her through the fight as these two dudes are fighting? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, I don't know. It's
right.
like the 70s. I don't
just be quiet and watch.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that part doesn't make sense, but that's okay. Like, just watch this fight.
Right.
He kicked him through the door, and then he walked in there and he was gone. It was like, what? Is he a ghost?
just a big sweat stain on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
It was classic. Man. I want to watch that now, actually.
Like, yeah, it's good to watch again. I haven't seen it so long.
It's one of those things that if it comes on, like, that would be one of those movies where, like, if it came on late at night, like, I could probably catch this somewhere, but I'm still gonna watch this. Like, I'm gonna take the commercials. I'm gonna watch it with the commercials,
right?
and some of the swearing taken out, just so I could be like, oh
yeah. Right. That's like Coming to America too. I mean, not two, but that also.
Right.
I'd watch that, again, because that's another classic. It's just funny.
I have had that on DVD twice. Like, the DVD I have now is the second one that I've had on it, because I don't know what happened to my first one, but if it comes on TV, I would still watch it with the commercials, even though I have the DVD.
right.
I still watch it. Oh no, that Harlem Nights is another one like that.
Yeah.
That's
a good one. Yep. Yeah, man, those are the staples. I'm glad you mentioned Harlem Nights. Like, so I gotta put my wife on. She's never seen Harlem Nights, and I'll make reference to jokes. I'll put like memes in the chat. She's like, I don't get it. I'm like, we gotta watch it, because that still holds up, in my opinion, anyway. Like, all those comedians, like, all that stuff is still hilarious.
So
right.
So there's
shooting that little ass gun.
there's a reference. There's a reference in life. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. When he gets beat up in life, he was like, I know an old chick named Della hit harder than you, because Della
right.
So when he got knocked out, I know an old chick named he didn't say chick, but I know old chick
right.
Della hit harder than you. I'm like, I get that. Harlem Nights. Yeah, they do that in life.
Man, I just looked at it too, but Harlem Nights got like horrible reviews, like on the web. I don't know what they were thinking. They got
like modern 21% modern reviews.
Yeah, I got 21% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
So I think there was a stretch there where Eddie Murphy was getting hated on when he went out and started doing his own stuff. So like if you look back at his early stuff, people were loving him. They loved Beverly Hills Cop. They loved 48 Hours. They loved all that stuff he was doing. But then when he was like, no, I'm gonna step out and do my own thing, right? I'm gonna produce my own stuff. All that stuff is not really that well received. But it's some of the better stuff he's done, if I'm being honest, right? Like, in all honesty, 48 Hours to me, I could leave it. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. Yeah, I know. I could leave it, man. Like, I
like 48 Hours better than I like Beverly Hills Cop.
All right. So I'm done.
The first one, not another 48 Hours or whatever, but like the first one, I actually do like that one. I don't know. Like, I also like Golden Child. I think you don't like Golden Child. Right?
I don't like Golden Child.
I like Golden Child.
I mean, it has its moments. It does have its moments where it makes you laugh, like where he's rubbing the thing and he's like,
right.
You know, like, it has its moments, but like for the most part, I'm like,
right. I thought it was a good one, man. That's like at least I saw that growing up as a kid. I thought it was like maybe it carried over, like the nostalgia as I got older, but I always liked the Golden Child.
Nah.
Classics. But I would say there aren't too many other, like, it could be because we're stuck, right? Because, you know, of a certain age, you see things growing up and whatnot. Because I would even add Baby Boy to that category. Like, Baby Boy is on, which BET plays it nonstop. I will find my way to sitting in front of the couch watching it. Like, I've seen this movie so many times.
Right.
Why am I still watching this? Obviously it's not top tier like the other films that we mentioned, but I still think it's up there. And if it's on, I'm watching it and don't know why.
Right. I would probably just watch the scene. I don't even want to say this. I'm guessing this is somewhat of a family podcast, but like where he's getting it in with his mom in the bedroom.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, okay, that's good. And then when he whoops up on him, I'm I like to see Tyrese
hit him with that dynamite.
Yeah,
send him through the glass table.
Why they just don't messing with me?
Or when he choked him, remember he was on the couch. He was sitting on the couch just chilling. He came around and shit. This is seriously abusive. There's another one. It just popped in my head and it popped right back out just that fast. That comes on all the time. I'm just like, why? Oh, Friday. Like, and Friday is best on like uncut. But if it's even with the commercials and the horrible dubs over the curse words, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. It's on. I'm gonna watch this.
I have to say when I saw Friday the very first time, I did not like the movie. I was like, I thought it was kind of like boring. I was like, oh man, they're sitting on the porch like the whole movie,
right?
And I was like, maybe I didn't appreciate the comedy as much. But then I watched it again like later on. I was like, man, this is funny. I think I appreciated it more, I guess. Maybe I knew what to expect. I don't know why I thought maybe at the time I thought Friday was gonna be more like, oh, he's gonna go this scene here, then go this scene over here, then go over here, because they went from the couch to like the grocery store and then came back to the couch. I mean, the porch.
Yeah, so the budget was super low.
Yeah, not much of
a. Yeah, maybe. There's a scene where they're walking down the street and there's these guys sitting on the curb. And they're like a little insight into the scene. These guys are not extras. These guys live here. We asked them to leave and they wouldn't. So we just filmed them.
Wow.
As we walk by.
I didn't know about that one. That's great.
Yeah, that's how low the budget was. They couldn't even push people out of the area.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
It's when Smokey's in the back of the convertible before the pitching coop scene. If you watch that, there's two dudes in the back just sitting on the stoop like this. It's not even a stoop. It's kind of like how their lawns are raised, like the concrete before you get to the lawn.
It's like these are cinder blocks.
Yeah, like these are not extras. They just
Dang, I gotta look that up.
I was like, that's hilarious. But I didn't mean to cut you off. Like movies wise. So did you consume any other movies on that flight?
Oh, no, that's the end of it. That's like that's like a long list.
That's a long list. You didn't bring the Switch with you or nothing? No gaming? You didn't have like some Game Pass on your phone?
No, I didn't play much games. I was I don't want to get too much into it, but actually I had to do a business trip to Hawaii. I was actually in Hawaii for a little bit. So I didn't want to
no gaming happened there.
Yeah, no gaming happened there. I was too busy.
No gaming happening there.
I was having too much fun on the beach.
So tell us how you learned how to surf then.
That's right.
Big Island or Little Island?
It's a little island.
Little Island?
Honolulu. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I haven't gotten over there yet. I COVID hit. I was almost there. There in Japan. It was gonna be my Pacific tour.
Yeah.
I was lined up some really good trips. And then COVID was like, nah, go sit in the house.
You done. go sit in the house.
Go sit in the house.
Yeah, it was the first time I had been over there too.
That's
it was it was fun.
And you're West Coast too. So like it's still, a good length traveling the Pacific. But we used to come from the East Coast. So that's a time.
Right. It's
you gotta get all the way to the West Coast and then you hop over. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, so it was a 5-hour flight for me, maybe 5.5.
Man,
going there, and then about 5 hours coming back. A little shorter coming back. Yeah, it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad hop at all. That's what's up. What about you, Shannon? What you got?
Not that much actually. So my children got sick this week, so we didn't do much. They took. I don't know if I told you guys before. We put them in Taekwondo. Did I tell you all that? We put them in Taekwondo.
I don't remember that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Our afternoons are spent going and watch them, trying to figure out what everybody is doing, It's really kind of cute because they're young, especially my 4-year-old. It's hilarious, right? Like
nice.
even with her gi, like we have to roll up the sleeves because she's so small.
Right.
Roll up the sleeves at the end. But it's hilariously cute. But On the movie front, though, so that not really movies, but Moon Knight. Did you catch Moon Knight? Let me ask you that, Levon. Did you watch Moon Knight this
I
week?
didn't watch the most recent episode. No,
Okay.
Episode 4, I think it was.
You're not missing anything. I'm just kind of I'm gonna forgive Disney, right? Like, because they always come with the heat, right? So you haven't failed me. Even WandaVision picked up a little bit for me, right? But,
right.
Yeah.
You got 2 more hours. That's longer than some movies. You got 2 more hours coming.
We do, but
that's
like
right.
I said after episode 2, okay, it's got to pick up now, and we're 4 in, and I'm like, what are we? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like you said, you got to give them a pass because they always bring the heat.
Yeah,
you got to give them a pass.
And here's the thing, I'm like, I think I need to be invested in it because the fact that it's going to end by the time Multiverse of Madness
right.
comes out, I'm thinking there's going to be a tie-in, and I just don't want to miss it, right? Because I'm going to watch Doctor Strange, right? So I don't want to be like, oh, where'd that come from, or what's that about? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, this one this week, man, you're just like my wife was even watching it for me, and she was like, "What is that about?" Like, what is that about?
It's going real surreal. It's kind of like how WandaVision started. This is like how it feels like this. How this show's going to end? You're like, what is it? And it's not bad. I don't know what it is. It's like, remember we talked about the last week. Cinematography wise, it is amazing. Conceptual wise, and I don't know the comics. And I watch New Rockstars. He kind of breaks it down, and some of his insights. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. So I think I just don't appreciate it. Like it's like you said, I go making up excuses for it. I was like, it's me. It's not the show. The show is great.
Right.
I'm bad.
Yeah, it's not really doing it for me. Watching more
it feels like. Did you ever watch Legion? FX's Legion. It's
not the series. I watched the movie that had Paul Bettany in it.
The series is based on the character Legion, who also has DID, and is linked to his powers. Each one of his identities has a different power. He's like the most OP superhero villain like ever. But the show is very surreal.
Is he like an anti-hero? Is he like Deadpool?
Yeah, he's like an anti-hero. And it stars him. I forget the guy's name, but it stars him and Audrey Plaza. You know, if Audrey Plaza's in something, it's weird.
Yeah, she's a weirdo. Like even even from Parks and Rec, like I'm like, what is the purpose of you being here? Like you're just being weird to be weird.
I don't know, but it feels like they're going that route. Which I don't think that's definitely not a show for you, Shannon. You'd be like, what is going on? Like, what is real and what isn't? Like they never really explain it.
Yeah, that just ain't for me. I don't know. I don't need something to be weird just to be weird, right? And if I'm being honest, it seems like a lot of concepts, a lot of material that's being released today, whether it be shows, movies, or whatever, like that's kind of what they pick up on, and that's what they're kind of doing, right? I'm kind of thinking that's why Netflix lost all these subscribers, right? Like I don't know if you guys saw this. Like,
I saw that. Yeah, and then they had their stock dip like 35% or something like that, like something ridiculous. It was like, was it 100 million? It was 100 million, was it?
What
subscribers they lost?
No. It was
like 100,000.
It was 200,000 for this quarter.
Oh, okay.
They expect to lose 2 million by year's end.
Gotcha. And now they're cracking down on passwords and all that stuff. That makes me nervous because I live in a different country, right? So are they going to restrict me? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if Netflix does it, but I had this happen. Today to me. It was it Hulu? For whatever reason, it read like, and I think it's because I changed out my cable provider. It read like I was not at home.
Oh, and, your gateway address probably changed, right? Because you have a new provider.
Yeah, so it was like, hey, this is not your home. You only get 4 chances to change this and say this is home. Like, are you going to say this is home now? And I was like, yes, but I'd never seen it, right? So I was like, I wonder why I did that. But then as I thought about it, I actually started subscribing to these streaming services around the time I changed up my cable provider, right? So it was all under that one provider. So because I've changed that now, they're like, "Who are you?" Like,
Right.
I am me.
You obviously
I am me.
Yeah, so, but I don't know if Netflix is going to do the same thing, right? I don't know if they will or not because I haven't watched Netflix today to see if it does the same thing.
Yeah, because let's say all my kids watch it except for the youngest. So I have 3 users at the house, and then there's me over here. Yeah. So will it be like pick? Because that would suck.
But you have a VPN, right?
I do, but okay, let's say I VPN through Tampa. I'm still in a different household, right?
That's true.
It'll still be 2 households.
Yeah.
I would have to somehow VPN through my home, which I'm not going to do. It's too much work. I'm too lazy for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, I only pay like $3 anyway, or whatever the increase is. I pay that. I don't pay for the full thing. So
you'd have to have your wife telling you, "Okay, tell me what that gateway is." I'm like, I gotta manually set it up. Okay, tell me what this is. Tell me what this DNS is. Yeah, that is true. That is a lot of work to go through.
Yeah, it's too much work. I ain't doing all that. But
man. I just looked at that Netflix stock price drop, man. That's crazy. That's like, I don't know. It dropped down from like 348 to like 215.
Yeah, it's on sale right now.
Yeah, that's on sale for sure.
It really did, and like, and when I read it, I was like, okay, maybe people are coming around to my side, but then I was like, nah, maybe not, because they keep like if they keep creating that content that's like that, like obviously there's research somewhere, there's numbers somewhere saying that people like what you're putting out, so they're putting out all that crazy stuff that I don't like, but.
Yeah. They're saying they're firing people, they're canceling shows. Like it's a lot happening behind the scenes. So we'll see what they come out with. I haven't seen anything like original and good in a while. Like it's been probably like 6 months. What do you say, Levon?
I was gonna say real quick because I think I don't know if I told you guys this last week or not, but we watched. I might have told you, but I watched we watched the Ali Wong, the first 2 specials.
Yeah.
I might have mentioned that last week, didn't
I? We talked about it in the chat.
Oh, it was in the chat. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Just made me think about it because you were talking about like shows that was like hilarious to me. I watched the first 2. I haven't seen the last one yet, but those are really good.
So last week I think was when I talked about how I watched the last one and Art Imitates Life.
Yeah.
After that, you watched those 2.
Right.
If you haven't watched the last one yet, you're gonna be like, "Oof, okay."
Right. Yeah. I gotta check that out because it's pretty good. It's really good. My wife especially was laughing like, she had some like really hearty laughs at this one. So, but no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Ryan, as you were chatting there.
Oh no, it was Shannon's go. I just keep interrupting.
Oh no, no. Yeah, man, hey, this is what it's about, right? Like we talk about it, right? But yeah, other than that, I didn't really watch anything. I have not watched the last 2 Halos, man. Like I was so disappointed. Like you said, episode 5.
Episode 5 is Halo. Yeah, they finally brought the Halo back into Halo. Like I was. And then I'm not trying to overhype it, but like it's what you would think a Halo show would be. It's like it started out kind of like, okay, let's discuss some things, let's talk about some stuff, and then it jumps right into the Master Chief being the demon. You're like, ooh, and they're not like they're way more violent than I thought they would be. Like they like dude got hit with a needler, and you see what that does to people in the real world.
Oh damn!
Oh man. It's so fast. It's like, boop. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
So and that's the thing. Like, so because I didn't play the games, like in the very first episode, remember they showed up on that planet. They showed up on the girl's planet. I was like, okay, this is what's up, right? Because they were fighting the aliens. I was like, I like what I'm seeing here. I haven't seen it since. It has not happened.
It has not happened again until episode 5. And then it's like what you just saw, except for way more Marines, just fodder. You just like, oh man, like you get this dude. It's one of those Saving Private Ryan moments. Like all this stuff is real quick, so I'm not trying to overhype it. But he gives him an order, and the dude turns, he makes the pivot, and then he's blown up. He's just like, oh, he's about to do something.
Right.
But I thought it was good. Like I liked episode 5. Episode 4 though, like when that's gonna be slow again. Like they're giving you a lot of this new lore, They're trying to explain to you like what's happening, like stuff that's not in the books or the games that they're making up for this world. And then it's like, okay, now it comes to a head of some stuff that was happening in the background. Some like drop ships come in, Marines are fighting, Master Chief being the Master Chief, and they different Covenant types come out. Like you actually finally see grunts and jackals and stuff like that. Like it's like in Halo has these sandbox moments where you're put into like kind of an arena, and then it just has like stuff. Do whatever you want. Like you're the Master Chief. You want to take over this vehicle. You want to run these people over. You want to attack this group in this certain way. But now they did it live action. I'm just like, okay, I was pretty impressed. Like they gave him a sandbox. He Master Chiefed it up real quick.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, I have to check it out. I've been trying to catch up on some other things, but I might have to. Well, I may have to get into it. Or I might wait until like it concludes, like you used to do with the old
marathon it.
Marathon it at once. Yeah.
Because episode 4 was in my opinion pretty weak. Like they gave you a little bit more lore of that world or whatever, but you like I was like Shannon, I'm ready for a fight. Then this one picked up kind of slow, and I was like, oh, here we go again. And they were like, oh, and Cortana, because Cortana's voiced by the real lady who plays Cortana. So she came in just like the video game. She was like, slip space disruption or something like that. Like she gave him a warning. He looked up and there was a ship. And I was like, oh, here we go. And then they just start going. Nice. I was like, yeah.
You have to check that out. That's pretty cool.
How many episodes is it supposed to be for the series? Or for this first season?
They're like 30-40 minutes. So I'd assume in the 20 range would be my assumption. Because like if they're hour long, it's 12 episodes, right? Typically. Like a season.
Aren't they an hour long?
This one was 39 minutes.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Most of it was combat. Yeah. That might be why it was shorter. Like maybe they are hour long. This one they were like, that budget though. Because they didn't skimp. Like the CGI was on point and all the practical stuff, and then just explosions, Michael Bay explosions everywhere.
Oh, Michael Bay, I love it. If it's like the acting is terrible, but the explosions,
right. So the explosions are on point.
This may not be any kind of confirmation, but IMDb shows like 9 episodes.
That's it.
But it may be. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be the end of it. That's how many it shows. Like has like the spots like dedicated for when the episode comes out. They just have 9 of them. But
so just 9 hours. That's pretty short for a season.
So they're probably gonna have multiple seasons to encapsulate all the games, right? Like, that's probably what they're gonna end up doing. And I know IMDb was wrong for What If too, because there were times where you would think like they would even have the title for the next week, and it wouldn't be that episode for What If.
Right. Right. So, or do you think there's a mid-season break, like real TV? Because I haven't experienced real TV in a long time. So you think like they're gonna do the 9 break and then do like another 9 or something like that?
It's possible.
So, but it's an Amazon thing, right? So like they don't really do it like that for like if it was network TV, I could see that because they have their seasons where they pick up and then they'll put something else in that spot. It's kind of like HBO would do for their Sunday 9 o'clock spot, right? Like always Sunday 9 o'clock, it would rotate between Game of Thrones, Boardwalk Empire, Treme, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, I don't know.
So the Wikipedia
it's Paramount, right? So I don't even know what Paramount style is. Because they didn't do a break for Star Trek or for Picard, did they? Or did they do a break? I think they did do a break for Star Trek Discovery. Didn't they have a break?
They did actually. Now that you say that, but I think it's because of the pregnancy and whatnot.
Oh, right. Like they had to film in a certain probably order or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I just wish they would just give me all the episodes at one time.
Right.
Just give them to me all at once. Let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Wikipedia says that they ordered they officially announced 9 episode order for Paramount Plus, and then they said they've already renewed for a second season.
Got you. But 9 hours is weird. Yeah. But I mean, they could do anything they want to on their streaming service, right? They'd be like, well, we want to do 9 hours,
right,
for a season, which is a lot. Like me anyway. Like I'd be like, oh man, they didn't give me enough content. And then I think about it, like, but they gave me like 3-4 movies,
right,
of content, right? So
It's true.
So let me ask you this: you guys watch Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch Stranger?
Yep.
So I saw a headline today, and it said Netflix has no problem canceling your favorite shows, but they spend $30 million an episode on Stranger Things, right?
Wow.
Are you seeing $30 million an episode when you watch that show? I've never watched.
I don't think so. I can't imagine.
But
paying the
potentially,
actors,
when they go to the upside down or whatever they call it, I can't remember because the gap has been so long. That's all CGI, like for the most part. Like some of it is practical, but a lot of Stranger Things is CGI. So maybe they're investing that, and then all of the materials to make it look like it's a certain decade. Like each season's a decade. Like I think it started out in the 80s, right? Levon? Is it the 80s?
The Stranger Things? I'm not sure. I think it was
the first season is the 80s and then it's the 90s. Like so each decade has to be accurate. So maybe they're spending it on wardrobe and like cars and stuff like that. Like to get that stuff to be authentic. Maybe they're spending a lot of money and then they have to pay for the music because all the music is from that decade. So I'm sure they're paying a premium for that. And now that the actors are actually worth money, you know what I mean? Like the first couple seasons, like, oh, we don't know these kids. Now they're like, we got to retain these kids.
Right.
got to get them back.
So they're
30
saying,
million an episode.
So as I'm looking at this, I just saw the headline before. They might just be doing that for season 4. So maybe they weren't spending that much before, but season 4, they're spending. Netflix reportedly dropped $30 million for each episode of Stranger Things season 4. But it does say, let me see this article if I read it. Netflix can't renew your favorite shows, but it can spend $30 million per episode of Stranger Things.
Right.
That's a good show though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I didn't watch it when it came out. Like because I kept hearing about it and I was just like, man, and I watched the first episode and I didn't like it. It picked up for me the end of season 1 and then season 2 was good.
I knew you were gonna say that. I like it. For me. I was waiting. You would have surprised me if you said, but it picked up in episode 2. But I knew you weren't gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say I had to get like 5 episodes.
I had to drag myself through it because it was so slow.
No.
I had to drag myself.
Shannon's like, I don't got that time. I'm waiting for this.
I don't even want to though, right? Like the payoff, I don't think it's gonna be for me. And again, I watched a trailer from several seasons ago, and I was just like, I don't get the hype. You know what I mean? But again, I was the one that wasn't on Game of Thrones like that either, right?
Right. It's because they captured the nostalgia, right? Like, so if you're like an 80s kid, like we all are, you'll get traces of that ET and all that other stuff. Right. It's kind of like it gets into your nostalgia. You're like, oh, okay, now I get it. But yeah, I didn't watch the first season until like way late in the game, and then I had to marathon it to get through it. Then at the end it picks up. I'm like, okay, and then season 2 came out right after that. So now we'll jump right into season 2. So maybe if you marathon it, you appreciate it. But now I'm like I'm pumped for season 4. I'm like, okay, I like this, and that's going to be broken in 2 parts because of they had issues because of COVID, like getting it all wrapped up. So like it's going to take like a 1 or 2 month break between part 1 and part 2. It's just because of production. So
I'm still waiting for you to say cinematography. Like
no, I just like it. That's what I just like.
Cinematography.
Yeah. What else you got, Shannon?
That's it for me.
Oh, right. I'm a disappoint. I watched nothing but terrible TV all week. Even terrible to me. I started watching DMZ. I couldn't get through it. I just gave up on it. Yeah. I might go back. It wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't clicking. And I'm a huge Rosario Dawson fan. And I was just like, I don't like the show.
Yeah, they could have done better.
I don't like what they're doing here. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it. Moon Knight, like you said, is getting kind of weird. It started out weird though, but it's getting very surreal. So you don't know what's real and what's not real anymore. I used to like stuff like that. For whatever reason, I'm not picking up on it this time. I don't know what it is. Like maybe these last 2 hours will capture me, and I'm like, oh yeah, it'll make you go back and retcon everything you say. Like, oh yeah, it was good. It was a good season.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for. Halo, like I said, was probably the best thing I've watched all week, and episode 5 was really good. So if you're a Halo fan, you definitely like episode 5. But then I started some series. So I started The Leftovers as an HBO series that I'd been meaning to watch forever. It's only 3 seasons. I'm on the last episode of season 2. Not feeling it at all, but now I'm invested. I got to finish it. It's basically the rapture happens, and it's what people are doing afterward. So there is a supernatural element to it, but they haven't gotten to it. I still don't. I'm on episode 20 basically. I still don't know what happened. Now I know what Lost feels like. Like I never watched Lost, but I can guarantee you it's similar to this, because they keep introducing new elements, but they haven't explained the old stuff yet. So like you're like, okay, well now they finally get into it. Like, oh, here's the supernatural element. This is what happened, and they're like, no, just kidding. I was like, one more season left. I gotta watch it. Not enjoying this one at all.
But why? So here's the
I'm
thing.
invested.
Like I hear you, man, and I have said that about stuff in the past too. Like, okay, I got to get through because now I'm to that point. But like, I find myself now just abandoning shows that I'm like, I'm not gonna give it the opportunity, right?
And I know they're not gonna answer it. They're not gonna come out and say that this is what happened. I already know it. I'm gonna get to the very last episode. And it's gonna be like a choose your own adventure.
Exactly, open to interpretation, like an open to interpretation thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
I don't want that. I want you to actually tell me what happened. I want to know what happened.
Was Tony Soprano killed? Is that what happened? Was this whole fade to black thing? Like, what really happened here, right? Like,
right.
I heard Lost was the same. Well, not exactly the same way, but it was like, I'm guessing this isn't a spoiler, but like they were in purgatory. But even then, they like the way they got to it was kind of, it pissed a lot of people off.
Right.
Like, we're just like, what? Like I watched 6 seasons or 7 seasons for this. You know what I mean?
Because I dropped that other one. It's like The Flight or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's actually going to be picked back up. I think Netflix picked it, or if Netflix didn't just cancel
Manifest. Is it Manifest?
Yeah. So my wife put me on the Manifest, and I was just like, I started watching a little bit, and I was just like, it's okay. And then it started getting better. I was like, okay, I'm starting to like it. And then I found out they got canceled, and I was like, well, guess what? I'm not finishing this. But Netflix apparently picked it back up, at least before the this whole stock issue and members leaving or whatever. So I'm kind of like, do I pick it back up? Because same thing with Daredevil. Daredevil, as soon as I found out it was canceled, I didn't finish that season. But now that it's kind of canon, I'm like, do I pick it back up? Do I finish this show? I don't know.
So I was talking with somebody at work about this, right? So like, it isn't. How did they explain it to me? The way that Netflix did it, it wasn't that Netflix wasn't making money off of it. It was the fact that Disney had the Marvel properties, that Disney kind of forced them into, this is it. So like the current season that they were on, that was the one that they canceled them on, right? When Disney like starts standing up their own streaming service and all about the property. So it wasn't that Netflix was like, we're not making money off this, because I know Punisher, like everybody I talked to was like, yeah, I can't wait for another Punisher, right?
Yeah.
Disney was just like, no, we own that now, and you're going to stop now. And so, so that's why I want to say they told me that the time frame from when they did that to when it started showing up on Disney Plus now was 2 years, because that was part of the deal, was that they had to wait 2 years before they took it. So now you start seeing them come out on the Disney Plus 2 years after they were done on Netflix.
Right. Yeah, I might actually start picking those up, but I haven't found anything. I'm not watching anything that's satisfying right now, except for that last episode of Halo. But then that leads me to believe that the next one will not have any fights. You know what I mean? Like,
right, they use the whole budget.
Yeah. Now we got to explain some more stuff to you. So yeah, I haven't watched anything where I'm like, I watched I watched it wasn't Netflix, HBO comedy. Marlon Wayne's comedy showcase, where you had like Tony Baker and a bunch of other comedians. It was funny, but it wasn't like, hilarious. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just funny. Same thing with You Put Me On Too. I can't remember the guy's name.
Ronnie Chang.
Ronnie. Yeah,
Ronnie Chang. Like I thought that was funny too, but it wasn't It wasn't,
It wasn't laugh out loud. Like, yeah.
It wasn't scene splitting. Like maybe it's just me. I don't like nothing right now. But it's not I didn't like it. It was actually it was funny. But I mean, like I think the last thing that made me laugh out like out loud hurt was Don Wong, the what's call it? What's her name again? We just
Ali Wong.
Yeah, Ali Wong. That's the last time I like physically like hurt from laughing.
Yeah.
And then to find out that she was telling the truth the whole time. I said, these jokes are hilarious, man. Her husband's a saint. No.
Right.
Her husband threw up the deuces.
Right.
He was like, I'm out. But yeah, so I'm going to try out some of the Bond movies so I can be even more disappointed.
That's right.
Get Come back like I hated all of it. Like, but I don't know. I think I just got to get over this slump because the Multiverse of Madness comes out on the 6th, right? So like maybe it's that. Maybe nothing can make me happy until this movie drops. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
You can always play some games. You can always watch the Batman again. It's on HBO Max now.
It is. Right. It's so long though. It's true. It's a long movie. Very long movie. But I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So I might just do that. But I did play some games. I played some more Halo. Halo's always good. I played some more Tunic. I'm to a point now where I can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing next. So I might have to look something up. I don't want to though. I was trying to figure it all out organically. I played Cuphead for the first time.
Oh,
it's ridiculously hard.
That is a tough game.
Again, it's a platform shooter from hell.
Yeah, right.
Game was hard. Looks amazing. Like it looks hand drawn, like 1930s type cartoon.
Right.
It even has like the film grain or whatever. Like how you saw those like lines that would pop up on cartoons.
Yeah.
Kind of
amazing.
Staticky, like
smell. Yeah, the staticky or whatever. Like look, like two people made this. Like it's a two person team that made the game. Very impressive. But it took me, I'd say, an hour to get through the first stage because I just kept dying. I was like, am I this terrible at games? Like, this game's hard. So I got to the second stage and I was like, okay. Well, no, I got to a stage where I couldn't kill anything because I guess I needed some kind of power or special move or whatever because it lets you go anywhere. And I remember like the Mario World board where you can just go and you can like skip areas or you can go to other areas. It has that, except for you can go to somewhere where you just can't do anything. Like I went to a level where ghosts were attacking me and I couldn't kill them. I was like, all right, well, I guess I shouldn't be here. So I went somewhere else. I was just like, I ain't got another hour in me to pass another stage. Like I want to wait.
I think in that ghost part that you're talking about, I think that's when you're supposed to do like the where you do like the double jump or whatever to hit the pink like hearts and stuff like that. I thought
that that far. It just kept killing me over and over.
Yeah, well, you have to do the special move that makes you do the spin. And you go, oh!
Moonwalker.
Man, I was like, I know Shannon don't know what he's talking about. It's like, what's Shannon about to make up?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. If it's a game, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. And then I played some more Cyberpunk. Still not doing it for me. Still not doing it.
Oh, you're not? I thought it was doing it for you last week.
I'm doing a bunch of the side missions right now because I'm trying to power my lady up. Like I like those mechanics, like the RPG elements. Like I'm like getting new tech for like my hands, my arms, like I'm augmenting my person and what have you. But I don't know. The story's just not. It's boring to me. The world doesn't feel as like the world is tall in scale. Like it's amazing. Like you have full skyscrapers in this game. You probably access a lot of the places and whatnot, but it doesn't feel as robust as a GTA. Like I could tell these NPCs are dumb and they will just disappear if I turn my back to them. Unlike GTA, you can literally follow an NPC and see their life. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel that robust. It feels like a lot of mechanics are superficial. It's not The Witcher. Like I was expecting The Witcher, but in 2077, yeah, 2077. It's not that. I feel like they had to cut some corners that they never filled in. So I don't know how long I'll take for this game, but at some point I'm probably gonna drop off.
I thought that was the reason for the big patch, though, right? Like they're supposed to have fixed a lot of,
So they did. So it's not buggy, but it's not robust either. It's not engrossing.
So just the development of it, like the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the story took a back seat to let's make the mechanics and the graphics look amazing.
Right.
But yeah, it's not doing it for me. It's neither Mass Effect nor GTA. It's just kind of bland. But I'll keep it going. Like at some point it might catch me, but right now it's not. I'll probably drop off from it, but just wait for that next thing, like that next engrossing game to come out. It's probably just gonna have to be Halo. I'm probably just gonna jump back into Halo full steam, start playing that again. Because right now I jump in, I play, like I'll go and free a base or whatever. But I'm like, nah, I should probably just jump back into the main mission. Like, because like it was really good actually. So I might just jump back into Halo full time. Like it's a job.
Right.
Full time Halo. These side hustles over here.
Right.
Until whatever comes out. Like it's nothing even on my radar right now, to be honest with you. God of War is supposed to be coming out. So if that drops for the holidays. But I haven't seen a trailer since February, maybe, where they said it's still coming out. Basically,
they just had 2022 though. They didn't give a month or anything, right?
Right. I was gonna say
it's definitely not gonna be summer because they would have to have started pre-sales, which they haven't. So it's got to be fall if it does drop.
I was gonna say, or it's got to be 2023. When
yeah, or because Zelda already got pushed out. Like Zelda was going to be my game for the year. Like that was going to be I need to drop everything and play this game. They already pushed it, so Zelda's already been pushed to 2023, probably spring. So now that's all that's left. That's been announced is God of War. If God of War slips, that's it. I'll probably just pick up Horizon and play that then.
When is that Suicide Squad game supposed to drop?
Got pushed
as well.
Yeah, it got pushed to 2023. Everything is getting pushed. Just this is the ramifications of COVID. Everything's sliding right. So, but yes, that's pretty much it. I can't think. I got a backlog I could probably start working on. There's some games I want to play, but will I ever get to them? Gotta wait for a sale or something like that. Like, I'm not gonna pay full price for these old ass games.
That's right.
It's not gonna happen. So that's where I'm currently at with that.
Not paying full price for old ass games. Yeah.
No, it's not gonna happen. You won't see that happening out of me. So, but I am gonna try that Night House today though. Like that's my. I'm gonna, while I'm editing the show, I'm probably gonna watch Night House. Or should I wait till night? Should I watch that night?
Yeah, watch that night. Watch Night House at night.
I'll wait.
Are you trying to scare yourself? So you like
right. So you can't sleep. Right.
Like my I was talking to Junior. So my son RJ, he's about to be 14 in July. And he's just now playing Dead Space for the first time. It's crazy, right? How he's already about to be 14. But yeah, he's playing Dead Space for the first time. He was like, this game is scary. He was like, I can't play this at night with the lights out. I was like, son, it's the best time to play it.
That's when you get fully immersed.
That's when you get the true essence of this game. I was like, but I had to admit to him, I was like, I tried playing it. I was TDY, I was in Mississippi. I tried playing it in my hotel room at night with the lights out with headphones on. That's the ultimate challenge. I had to quit. I scared the crap out of myself. I think it was Dead Space 2. It was the one with the babies.
Yeah. Little babies.
Most terrifying thing ever, because you can hear them things. Like, because it's like babies with tentacles. You can hear them crawling on the walls. I had the headphones on. I was like, nope.
Like, I'm done.
Those reasons I'm out.
Sound like Shark Tank. Those reasons I'm out.
I don't know why as a child, like the thing that used to scare me the most, and I don't know why. You remember the show Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever they had the category that was the unexplained with the aliens, they used to scare the crap out of me. Like knowing I would be like, I literally like I would always watch them. Whenever I watched it, I'd be like, oh man, I gotta watch this, but I know how I'm gonna be so scared tonight. Right. Like I would have my covers by my head, like thinking, well, if an alien does come, if I put it over my head, like
it won't see me. Yeah,
that was my childhood logic. It was like if I put it over my head, it won't get me. But like I don't know why. I understand wanting to do it, but then I'm like, why would I do that? Like if I know I'm gonna be scared.
Right. That's the best, man. I don't know. I just because the same thing like Child's Play. I had a My Buddy doll at the time, so terrified me. Like I took him and threw him in the basement, locked the door. that's where my buddy doll went. Well, my mom was like, "Where'd the Chucky doll go?" And I bought you. I was like, "Oh, I put it away."
Right.
He had to go.
My aunt used to scare my cousin with that. Like whenever he would act up, she's like, "You want me to go get Chucky down?" Because she was because he was too young to have seen Child's Play, but he saw Child's Play. And he just didn't want it anymore. And she was like, "You want me to go get Chucky down?" "No, Mom, no." And so she's just keep him straight.
I gotta look into it one day. Like, what is the crossover between those two? Like, did the doll come out and then the movie was like, "Hey, listen, we want to use your doll to terrify children," or was the doll made because of the movie? Like, where does that crossover? It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's a good point. I never thought about that actually.
Because if that was like my IP, I'd be like, hell no, you can't use it to terrify kids. We're trying to sell it.
Right.
I don't get it. But I remember the My Buddy song with the Kid Sister when Kid Sister came out.
Kid Sister.
But I remember there also being the movies and they crossed over. And I don't know why. It's so weird.
It would have to have been the movie Spark the Toy, right? Like you're right.
I don't know, but why would you do that? Like, why would you make that? Like, it's a complete juxtaposition that doesn't make any sense to me. The 80s were wild.
Right.
It's like the whole concept of Freddy Krueger is also crazy to me because he was a bad guy that everybody like felt appealing, but Freddy Krueger was a pedophile who killed kids with a glove with blades on it.
Right.
Why did we like Freddy Krueger?
Right.
80s were crazy. 80s were wild. But yeah, I'll never quite understand why that happened. I'm sure there's some other weird 80s things that were going on at the same time. You're just like, why does this make sense? And why are they both profitable? One of these should cancel the other one out.
So the doll came out before the movie.
Oh wow.
That's crazy. And they're like, hey, listen, we have a concept for a movie. You want to use your doll.
Yeah. My Buddy came out in 1985. Hasbro released it in 1985. The Child's Play movie came out in 1988. Oh, wow.
Dang, I would have guessed the opposite.
I know, right? I know. A single mother gives her son a much sought after doll for his birthday, only to discover that it is possessed by the soul of a serial killer. So that's like life, or in that case, it's art imitating life, right? Because it was sought after in 1985.
Right. Oh, I don't get it, but it worked. It's marketing genius. Whoever did that was a genius. It was up there with the dude who came out with the pet rock and then the mood ring, and then they turned the mood ring tech into the Duracell testers. Remember the battery testers? That's the pet rock guy. That's the evolution of the pet rock. Man's a genius.
Making money
hand over fist.
Do they still have those like Duracell like testers and stuff? I haven't really seen one in a while. Like you can buy the battery pack with the tester inside of it or something.
It's been years. Yeah, it's been years.
Yeah, I haven't seen those anymore.
And then other batteries started to copy it as well. So I don't know what happened with that patent. But same dude. He was like, okay, mood rings, and he was like, you know what else I could do with this mood ring tech?
Yeah.
But how do you even associate those two? I don't know. Man's a genius. after he got done selling those rocks. He sold his rocks. It's a literal thing that happened.
Not the type that Tyrone likes either.
Right. It was the 80s. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
All this stuff happened in the 80s.
That's crazy.
That's why we act the way we act now. But all right, I think this is the logical conclusion to the episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Now that we talking about selling rocks, yeah, we should probably cut this down.
We're here at the end of it. But thank you for listening, especially if you listen all the way through this episode. You are the real MVP. Definitely tune in throughout the week. Definitely share, like, subscribe with your friends. Keep it rolling. Like I said, I'm starting to see more people subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then more listens on the Anchor app. So greatly appreciate that. Hit us up on all of our socials. All have our name. We should have a guest next week for the discussion. So trying to get that locked down. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Again, Monday and Tuesday are topics. Wednesday's discussion. Thursdays usually Ask SP, which I'm trying to get back up running again. People trying to break into tech, and then you just listen to the weekly rundown. So if you like this is every Friday. So hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. I'm on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, Levon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at Levon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.
Take care.